Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? It's been beautiful weather here the last couple of days. A little cold, a little warm, a little bit of everything, but hey, it's going to be that time of year. In the last couple of days, the crops around here have really changed, and the corn's gone from green to brown, and it's being making silage already. The last alfalfa cuttings have been done. Yep, it's that time of year. We're going to start getting colder. Not ready for it, but hey, nobody ever is. So, hey, Sheila. See, you made it. Not sure if anybody else will, but hey, we're here. Ugh, dang that. Boy. Looking at my list here on the wall. Well, 305, yeah. Yeah. Got a couple of things. Well, got a couple of things done. Well, kind of three on my list here. I got that here. Oh, I did get a few things done on my list. Okay, let me see. Hey, Lou. Hi, everybody. Not sure how many they got. They didn't say. So, how's everybody doing? Just kind of kicking back, and it was laundry day. Holy moly. I think it was laundry day for everybody in this area. I think we were at the laundromat for almost 4 hours. It was that busy today. We learned a lesson. Don't let it go that long. And usually when we go down on the Sundays, nobody's there. This time there was a lot of people there. So, oh well. Got to take Mom Bear out for lunch. So, nope. If more people get in here, we'll show what's been done on the run stand, getting there closer to be ready to go. The rest of the parts for the LS should be here this week finally, so I can get the oil in it and get the oil pressure gauge hooked up to it. So we're getting there. And I love that rev nut set I got because it's making this one a lot easier to be put together and disassembled if I have to. Nah, I ain't going to the river for to wash my clothes. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, and I got to get an electric fuel pump coming. Going to get one that has 5 to 6 pounds of pressure. So that way the carburetor won't flood and it'll have the gas. So could have bought the manufactured one? Yeah. But I'm still a lot cheaper than what they are. And we're still making those parts. Oh. I don't know who's all in here. There's 2 other people. Nobody's saying hi or nothing, so. Nudge. Hey, Sean. Hey, how you doing? Oh, not too much. Crops are getting harvested, and it's turning fall-like, and I'm not ready for it, but hey. Nope. Even had the grandkids go out and look, so, yep. So if you hear the one-shop cat in here crying, his friend got out the door today, and we haven't seen her since. So he might be a bachelor now. I'm kind of thinking when it gets cold tonight, which is supposed to, hopefully she comes back up to the shop. So I'll check. I'll be out here for a while. So 2 nights ago, I almost really was ready to open the door and put the welder outside, start welding on the trailer. It was so beautiful out 2 nights ago. Absolutely no wind. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. But I got tired and went home. Yep. Thought the mama cat outside didn't keep her second litter. Well, got a surprise. It's outside doing something yesterday, and I'm like, why is the shop cat doing that? And I come up to look at the door to see what's wrong with the shop cat. And I look down, there's one of the kittens. Well, the mama cat raised them. They're a month old, and they're fat little things, so she's doing good with them this time. She had three of them. Got two more grays and a little orange cat. So, hey, Rob. So I guess I don't know. We'll see. So we got some more outside farm cats now. Let's see what else. Oh, not much been going on. They're just dealing with medicine and insurance and all that jazz. Getting somewhere, somewhat. But oh, the 305 is alive. I just haven't had time to finish it up. Uh, I gotta get the retorque the intake, recheck that, make sure that's torqued down, and get the radiator hose and thermostat in it, and fire it up and let it run and get her broke in. But for what little bit I've done, it sounds pretty good. It's pretty snappy. So, and that oil pan worked, Sean. I finally got that oil pan on there, and it's still dry. That's your found, Sheila. I hope. So what's going on out your way, Sean? The racing still going, or all your big shows done, or is this thing working or not? 2 days, okay. What? You hear me? Okay. I see some of the videos popping up on TikTok from these big races. Some of them been pretty interesting and some good fist fights. Some guys running into another guy and flipping him because he thinks he. I'm like, come on. Wow, which track was that, Sean? That's a lot of people. Yeah, I don't know. Last night should have been the last night of the Super Nationals here in Iowa, but I don't know. I know they got rained out Monday night, so I don't know if they make up another night or the big show's tonight. I don't know. Seen cars going coming home from there, so either they didn't make the show or it's over. I don't know. It's nice, cool weather out there. Not burning up from the heat. Oh, just a second here. Hello. Huh. Okay, sorry about that. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Yeah, if the heat stayed around 73 to 76, that'd be great. No humidity. I agree, Robbie. A second here. Looking at something. Okay. Just something weird going on. Yeah. 'It's a sad day when we live in a world where I'm not going to say where it's at, but squirrel took the kid somewhere and there's a backpack sitting under one of the things and nobody's around. So nobody. So I said, yeah, probably better be safe than sorry. Oh, let's see. 3 day. Oh, that sounds like fun. A lot of cars show up there. 1,500 cars registered. Holy moly, that's a lot of cars. 15,000. That's a lot. Yeah, our big Clay County Fair is going on this week. So I don't know. Next Sunday night, I may or may not be here. Don't know. We usually go on the last day. Best deals. Still see everything. Sometimes it's not crowded. Sometimes it is. Let's see what the weather forecast is for next weekend. Let's see. Weather forecast for next weekend is. Yeah, of course. Well, Saturday's 87. Our weather here, it's been so we've been down to setting record lows, getting up to 70, and now here by then next Saturday we're back up to 87, 90 degrees. Ah, no, not a lot of walking. It's we usually ride the side thing around. So nah, no snow. No. Bite your tongue. So Just think of all the money that it's taken to keep all those cars going, all that, and some want us to go to electric. And look at how much business is going to be lost. Did you? Yeah, he's running around. Oh, there he is. I see him. What, do you see her? Let me know if you find her. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if Camper's here or not tonight. I didn't try to I bet you didn't see it. uh, let's see. See if I. Yeah. Hmm. He hasn't been on for a few hours, so I guess we see Camper Mike. We'll see Camper Mike, I guess. I don't know. Ah, okay. I seen some videos from that. That looked like that was. I've already seen videos from that. That looked like that was a fun race there, Sean. Yeah, I know what you're talking. Like I said, the videos have already hit the media outlets or whatever you want to call these things, the apps. Looked like it was pretty good night. A lot of fun racing there. Yeah, I wanted to go to the Boone Nationals this year, but I didn't make it, which is okay, I guess. I just let's see. Hold on, guys. I gotta make a phone. I haven't been muted the whole time, have I? Okay. Anyway, I gotta make a phone call here. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, that would be a fun race to go out to. Squirrel's got a little situation that I'm a little uncomfortable about where she's at. So I guess we'll see what happens because law enforcement's being called. So yeah. Oh, it's a sad day in the world now. Who the freak keys are those up there? Oh, I think I know which keys those are. Yeah, I'll give you. I'll show you what Squirrel sent me. I guess that can't hurt nothing. This is what she found. Nobody around at all. So, yeah. So hopefully they take it serious, and we'll see. Because I just talked to somebody that works where that is. They said yes, call it in. So, oh boy. Yeah, well, that's developing, and we'll see what happens there. Be interesting to see what I get to hear from Squirrel here. So, leave it up to my family to have the excitement out. Oh, anyway. Ow. But no. Anyway, like I said, I've been having fun. Sheila's been helping. But yeah, there's what I come up with. That rev nut kit been handy. I want to weld those on there. Then I got to get the radiator back up here to get these adjusted to where I need them. Then weld those in, and then put a bar up here to hook the top of the radiator to it. Then that'll be done. And then up here is where I want to put the control panel, but I still got to figure out where I'm going to put that. So I might be making something to slide into this tube to hold the gas tank there. So, but the little 305 does run. No camper, and I just checked his Facebook. He hasn't been active for over 13 hours, so I don't know. I can't remember if camper was going on a trip or not. So, oops, ouch! Just a second here. Let's see. Set you guys right there for a second. I'll move this here. Really? I'm still here. It ain't going anywhere. Move this over here. Okay. Let's see. All right. try to get you guys the best view. Yep. Here you guys go. If you got headphones in, be ready. Now this motor's absolutely cold, except for weight now. So this is absolutely cold start. No timing light's been put on this yet. Nothing like that. There you guys go. Hey, Casey. High water. You better quit messing around with that. I know the mic on here probably didn't do the motor justice, but that's what it is now. It's running. Yeah, that sounds pretty. It don't sound like a 305. Sounds like a 350. So I'll get the intake recheck torque. Recheck the torque on the four corners. Now that the sealing and everything's sealed, hardened, and get her filled up with water and get her warmed up and let it run for a while, and then throw a timing light on it. Hell, I had Mama Bear pick me up some grape juice and apple juice because I think my gallbladder's getting messed up again. So I haven't been feeling okay. Just not having I don't know, but I sure don't sound like a 305. Kind of makes me feel bad because the plan is to sell that motor, and my grandson walked in tonight and he goes, "There's my motor." I'm like, "Oh, you little Shazbot, don't do that." There we go. So, yeah, but it sounds really good. So, especially that 5.3 has no sound compared to this one, though. Yeah, but those are all warning signs, high water. Quit ignoring it. And I can hear your wife saying, "Get in there and get checked." So, that one's brought to life. And like I said, hopefully the 5.3 starts out just as good, or if not better. I'm looking for a Carter electric fuel pump, 5 to 6 pounds of pressure. I found one. Just got to get it ordered. Oh, let's see. Actually, it didn't stink up the shop like it did the other night. The other night, kind of was a little rich in here, but it's not too bad. That's one of those Ellebrock 600 or 650s. I had two of those around here, and I think I finally figured out where the other one is. It's on the Camaro, I hope. No. Well, hell, it's going to get warm, and I don't know. For being a frozen boat motor to getting a new block for it, it's doing pretty good. Well, hopefully somebody else's vehicle, but if it absolutely stays here, I don't know. Like I said, the grandson goes, "There's my motor tonight," so don't do that. Don't do that. We're building it to sell. Sean, that's the LS that's sitting on the engine run stand over there that I'm building. That deal evidently went south. I don't even see him come on the show anymore. So, yeah. So, we're going to get it running and try to sell it again. So, with that motor being here, yeah, granted, I got the one sitting on the floor on the cart. Could have done the same thing, but I guess that one there, we'll get it running and break it in and go from there. I definitely say it's time for a haircut. uh, yeah, I'm just used to that, Sean. I mean, happens more than what it should, but I've got the 305 and 253s put together right now. I do have one that's a trade situation that's going to be going together, but it's still, I got to get some of this stuff out of the way and that. So, I got 253s that'd be great to go. Oh, and that they're at the yeah. And we still got spark plug wires coming. It's like the person that's helping me with this stuff. He's like, you can't buy anything locally. And case in point, the wires that he ordered were $45, and he took that part number and looked them up on another site, and that same part number come back as $184 for the same spark plug wires that he just bought for 45. So, yeah. So he's been using the big stores and or the big online stuff, and you want to catch your parts man off guard. Let's see. I don't know what happened out here, but anyway, I went to both the carburetor on the LS, and well, the guys, you got the coarse threads going in the intake and fine thread up above, right? Well, I've got like 4 or 5 sets of those little carburetor studs and all that. Do you think I had a fine threaded nut for any of them? So the parts guy and I, we get along pretty good. I walked in the other day. I said, Dave, I need some nuts. And he's rubbing his face and he's like, not my department. I said, I even need to be fine nuts. And he just starts laughing. My brother-in-law that was with me, he shook his head and like, oh my God. So finally got enough nuts for the studs. That still don't come out right. Anyway, so now I can get the carburetor bolted on that and get that all plumbed in and ready to go. I bet you would. Oh, yeah. Well, counting that, yeah, I got 4 there. Then I got 4 motors. So, yeah, I forgot about the 377. Beer nuts? Oh, yeah, those taste good. Beer nuts. Yeah, haven't had any of those for a while. Oh. Got 3 batteries. I hope they've come back to life. One's for the car trailer. Another one's a new battery. Well, all 3 of these batteries haven't been used much, but they don't make batteries like they used to. Need yourself a nice little street rod there, Sean. That 305 go good in that too. Make a go-kart? Yeah, that would be one hellacious go-kart. At that point, I just will buy an old stock car frame and put some sheet metal on it to keep it. It's slow everywhere, Sean. I guess since it's warm this week, I need to get the trailer finished so I can pull the truck up onto the trailer with the winch so I can get that up off the ground so I can get under the truck and put the new brakes that are laying here and get the brake lines bled and all that and get that ready to go. Well, yeah, all those 16 nuts there cost me $1.54. So I was really surprised being fine thread. Then he was flustered too. He come out, he's trying to screw one of them on. He's like, it won't go. It should be that size. Hey, old man. And he walks away, and I said, well, if you didn't have coarse nuts and with your fine nuts, it would have been great. He goes, what? Yeah, figured out the one that he was trying to screw on the fine thread. Somebody dumped the coarse thread ones in the fine thread. So he's like, well, I guess I know what I'm doing later. Sorting nuts. Oh, so how you doing, old man? Just fired up the 305. The 305 is running. So 5.3, the engine stand's really coming along. I know you've kind of been interested in that. Getting down on my steel. This is about the last piece I got left. But here's what I come up with. I'm going to have the radiator sit in there with the rubbers and get these in the position. Cut a groove and I'll weld those there and weld them that, and then I can bolt them on and off. And then right up here, I'll put the control panel in front of the radiator. So, yep, 305. I mean, so yep. That's no timing light on it yet. Yep. Okay. And is this still working? Oh, that was a interesting sale there. Oh. Yep. See, there's the truck that needs the brakes. And just past the Tahoe, there's Camaro. It's still sitting here. So the old Yukon, it's still going strong. Yeah, don't sound like a 305. Hit the like button, guys. But yep. So this is beautiful weather. Oh, Sean. Oh, and then this is the rear end that I blew up in the truck. Busted stuff in that. Well, down here, I was working, getting off what I thought I was going to save. Right there, that axle tube's so thin that just using my impact, taking the bolts out up here, vibrated that, and all of a sudden water started peeing out of there. That axle tube's almost completely rusted through. I'm glad I never loaded that truck much more because, yeah, this rear end was full of water. So, oh, the Mom Bear's Cadillac rim got replaced. So, let's see. Ooh, it does stink in here now. Open the window for a little bit. Beautiful fall. Well, it ain't fall yet. But and now I gotta, well, like I said, is the internet working good enough for this to be out? For me to be outside here? Looks like it is. Hasn't come up and told me it's lagging or anything, so. Anyway, yeah, I got to get a battery thing built in there and shorten up the cables or whatever, and that'll keep you busy, old man. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, 305 does sound pretty good. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet you all your friends want to help you load up now, don't they? Oh boy, that's funny. Yeah. Oh, they weren't out doing the polar plunge. So yeah, the 305. Like I said, get a timing light on it and get it run for a while. Make sure it doesn't have any leaks. So far, it's staying dry on the floor. So I won on that oil pan, old man. It got her fit and it's not leaking. Just be a lot of headlights on. Or George Costanza's running around going, "I was in the pool. I was in the pool." Oh, no. Yeah, I'd like to put the video of the grandson starting that up on here, but yeah, no, they got the strict policy about kids and uh, so I don't know. Yeah, what pool? Oh, yeah. And I even got to get this plumbed on there. So, yeah, we got naturally overflow because, well, how else do you fill the tanks? I don't know. So, this is going to have to stay. Well, yeah. So, yeah, I got to get that figured out. That's right. Now the kids went camping and they had us come down and watch the grandkids last night for a while. And that was pretty good. Uh, uh, shit. Went down and watched grandkids. And I've totally lost what I was going to say. They had some firewood there, and I said, sorry, I burned up your bundle. She said, that's fine. We're going home tomorrow anyway. So, like that, having that split wood and dried like that, that's good. That's not good. Yeah. Pave that street. Heck, that street didn't look that bad. They didn't plan that campsite in a very good spot, did they? Yeah, yeah. Looked like a pretty good street. Anyway, okay. Mm. Yeah, ticks, snakes. Yeah. No, thank you. Can do without. Well, they're saying in southeast Iowa that they've had reports of copperheads. They shouldn't be in Iowa. It's too cold for them. Oh, yeah. I got an idea for that. Our tick season was a couple of months ago. They seem to come early this year here. And I tell you, the way the crops are changing these last couple of days is like you blink an eye, and I think you can watch it go from green to brown to tan. A lot of these cornfields are getting to the point where they're dry, and God forbid a fire breaks out and the wind comes up, they wouldn't be able to stop it for miles. So, Yep, getting into that crazy time of year. Yeah, no, thank you. I'll pass. Bad enough I found snake skin in front of the shop that looks like a garter snake that shed its skin. Like, yeah, I think I don't know. It seems like everything has changed from what we know. It seems like everything shifted. I don't know. Just keep doing what I'm doing, I guess. 350 bushels. Wow. Too bad the corn price don't reflect that. I'll burn it to the ground. I don't care what's in here. I'll burn it to the ground. Yeah, the new run stand's been getting me some compliments. Like I said, once I get that radiator mounted and that, finding all those little hoses to go to this tank because you got the one that goes to the radiator, and this is what actually fills the cooling system through that one, and sensor that I don't need, but I see it comes with. Kind of cool. 12 gauge. Well, yeah. Have to get to the 12 gauge first. Holy moly. That's a lot of mowing there, old man. Find any severe washouts? Don't test me. No. Oh, wow. Oh, really? I didn't know that about geese. Ha ha ha. Thank garter snakes. No washouts? That's good. See that 305 there, too. That's the set of heads I used those cutters on and salvaged them. And sounds like I got them sealed up pretty good because she's hitting pretty hard for a 305. Really? Okay. Oh, hey, just a second. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, they did take squirrel serious, and said bag is now in enforcement's hands, and so and they said, yeah, you did the right thing. Better to be safe than sorry. 'Cause they've been there over an hour and nobody come looking for it. So yeah, it's been hot here. Our apple tree here by the shop, it's the biggest apples it's made in years. Those things are the size of a grapefruit. So, and then the walnut trees are loaded with walnuts this year too. So it's like everything's kind of going uh, survival mode and dumping all these big apples and walnuts and that. Yeah, Thursday here, Wednesday, Thursday, corn was still green. Thursday, one couple fields turned a little bit. Friday, no, Saturday night went down, and then today went down. And just in the last 4 days, they went from green to guys are out trying to make silage. So one basically all he got was cracked corn. Uh, how can he? Wow, how can he meet? He's got a sharper pencil than I could. I know some of the farmers around here, they put $1 million worth of seed in the ground. Hope it grows. Oh, Jesus. I remember when my dad was buying seed corn for $50 a bag. Oh, it is a bag of seed corn now, almost 800, $900. I don't know. Now, one time when I was going to put alfalfa out here, and I even worked for the place, that alfalfa seed was $600 a bag. Yeah, no, no, no. I, yeah. Especially when the corn prices I've been hearing have gone down instead of up. Yeah. You wouldn't have anything left to do that after a couple of hours. Just think what the interest rate is on that. I'm like, God dang. The tail end of my dad's farming, he was, that's when they started patenting everything. I barely just remember guys harvesting their corn, then running it through whatever they had to replant it the next year. And then they started patenting everything to where you got 1 year with it. Then you got to sell it. So, but still, even at 1%, that's a lot of money too. Yeah, everything's been so modified and everything. We can't go back to the original. Yeah, unfortunately, my daughter's new chickens did. They were outside here for a week. It was getting cold, so we put them in the coop. They lasted 2 nights. The big chickens are fine. All her new young chickens, something went in there and ate every one of them. So she just lost all her chickens, the new ones. So I guess that's next year's project. Gonna either build another one with the hardwired mesh on both sides of the floor, then wrapped around the building and make it hard for something to get in there. Anybody remember old O's Gold seed? That used to be made not too far from here. God, there's a lot of seed corn companies that are gone that can't remember their names anymore. But yeah, Cracker Jack used to be made right here. The home plant was right here in our town. I think it's a nice piece of history you want to keep. What do? They burnt the damn thing to the ground. They didn't salvage the fancy scale, nothing out of it. They burnt the whole damn thing to the ground. Yep, Cracker Jack was made and started in my hometown here. Oh yeah, decal. Yeah, they should have kept something. And don't know why they took it down because they never did anything with the land. It's just grass. I mean, they could have had the Cracker Jack Museum there or something. But Yeah, it's still sold. It's still out there, but it's a lot of guys. That's a lot of what the farmers made their money with around here. Is they all had the popcorn fields. There used to be a lot of popcorn growed around here. I think my dad even planted popcorn once, and he said it didn't pay enough, so he went back to regular field corn. But that's supposed to be 87 next Saturday. Heck, they've been saying we were supposed to have a storm the last 4 days, and it's been dry. So I'll guarantee you, if I would have went through the car wash with the Yukon today, probably been raining right by now. Because it seems like every time I wash my vehicles, it rains. Excuse me. Yeah, I just out there a little bit ago. Still haven't. So it's really comfortable in here right now, and I don't even have the AC on. 269. Our one gas station, they lost their done full mine. They would jump the 309 for a day. They were 286, then 299, back down to 290 something, 309, and now they're back down to 290 or 89. Everybody else around here stayed at 285. That's just perfect in here right now. About the right camp, right everything. So you could be standing in the middle of a bonfire and still be cold. That'll be pretty good working weather there, old man. Not sure if I showed these or not, but there's the new safety chains that are going to get mounts that I got to get welded onto my trailer. $3 there. Okay. Black corn. Ugh, that don't even sound tasty. That doesn't even sound tasty. So how's all your equipment been treating you? Pretty good. Log splitter and everything been doing good. Yeah, you got. We're gonna have to take your phone and have somebody debug that thing. 305. Yeah. Radiator. The funny thing is, radiator we ordered to go on the engine stand. That was just a regular replacement radiator. Where's that piece of paper? Well, evidently it's not a regular radiator because I look back in the box and here's this product disclaimer. Basically says the use of this product is for purposes other than solely for competition is violation of federal law. May violate applicable state and local environmental, motor vehicle, and other laws. What the heck? And down here, this product is for competition racetrack use only. All other uses are contrary to federal law. If you intend to put this on the highway or not, do not purchase and install this product. It's just a replacement radiator. They didn't say nothing about racing only or nothing on the site. But yeah, that's the disclaimer in the box. Well, that's a hell of a score there, old man. Hi, Joseph. That wasn't worth doing it yet, old man. High water. You know what? I also thought if they would have the industrial arts, I wouldn't mind getting some of these engines or build some more stands and put these on, then have them teach the kids to take them apart, disassemble them, reassemble them, make them run again. 9 saws? Okay. I think that would be a neat thing to do to get some, if they would start teaching Vogue and start teaching this stuff in school again. Build up about, I don't know, 15, 20 of these stands and put motors on them and say, here, let the kids figure them out. I tell you what, welding what I've been welding, sure, you don't know how much you miss doing something until you finally do it again. And doing the welding and cutting, that little bandsaw I got from, I can't remember his name down in Nebraska that time. Oh, he changed it. He threw that in on a deal and well, the original blade came with it, didn't have any teeth on it, so I put one blade on. That first blade cut a hell of a lot of metal, and I'm on my second blade now, and it's still cutting fine. Oh, really? Hell, I haven't heard anybody talk about that around here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. How many of you remember the old vices like that? I got 3 of those, Dan. Now, well, that one somebody mounted to a rim, but the other one's on the bench, and the other one I got some storage. Yeah, I can't talk now. Must be the fumes. I don't know. Vertical log splitter. Okay. Yeah, they wouldn't have to lift or do anything like that. Slide them in and split it. tell you one thing I did notice. I finally got to the store for once and got looking. Man, it's pretty bad when you can't even afford your pork chops anymore. What? Ah, seeing those prices, I'm like, well, that's not good. I'd hate to be one of those on one of those carnivore diets because your meals are going to cost you $300 a meal. The fumes, no, I'm fine. Meds are kicking in. So, yep. Well, I know they were going to go up some, Sean, but when a 10-pound tube of hamburgers costing you $43, forget those. Oh yeah, those old vices they work pretty good. I still got my dad's old one. Keep thinking, kind of got thinking about him again. If he'd been here with what I've got in this building now, oh man, he'd been tickled pink. Yeah, I know, old man. You're right. Might have to learn to change that ways. It's amazing how you get notifications from people you never even asked. And our hamburger here is 420 something, almost 430 a pound now. Yeah. Man, I even looking at those cheap little 2-pack steaks. They start out at about 10, $11 for two. It's over $5 a pound there. Holy shit, Sean. Yeah, the pheasants are here until hunting season the first day. Then all these out of staters and everybody come in, and pretty much in the first 48 hours, the pheasants are wiped out for the year. Ha! Okay. Wow. Oh, yeah, I got this here. Drop it, break it before I get. That's the cooling fan I want to put on the radiator. Didn't say much about it, and that. And I thought, okay, I'm going through. It's got a nice plug on it, right? You would think. And here is the wiring kit for it too. You see the other half of that plug in there? No, they gave you the crimp-on spade connectors to hook it up. Then I got thinking, since I got a factory radiator. I should go find the electric fans out of a GM and put in there. I don't know. Would this one big fan be enough to help keep that 5.3 cool? Or should I go to a dual fan and make sure it stays cool? Oh, those self checkouts are so wonderful, aren't they? I refuse to go to the self checkouts. The chuck roast was the one chuck roast I looked at was like $23. Oh, chuck roast? Yeah, be nuts. Oh yeah. See, Walmart will be sending her a notice of those little cameras. They let you get up to so much doing that, then they'll finally send somebody out to have a talk with you. But yeah, self checkout, I do not know. I scanned everything of mine because I had one guy one time only. He asked to see the receipt, and I said, no, thank you. And I kept on walking, and he's like, stop, stop, stop. I just kept on going. I'm like, go ahead, tackle me, see what happens. And I got out in the parking lot, and I just had the feeling they're coming, they're coming. I'm getting close to my vehicle, and I turn around and look, they're standing at the door, and the one guy I could see just let him go. And what's stupid about it is I came from a cashier that checked me out, and he still wanted to harass me. I just kept on walking. I don't know if the trees would be safe or not. Okay, so you got two 12 inches, okay? This one here is well, according to this, the fan is actually 15, the shroud around at 17, so hey, you really didn't hurt the Tahoe. You hurt the more tree worse than the Tahoe. So I guess that should do good enough then. Are they going to phase them out? Thank God. Thank God. It was the most stupidest. Dollar General didn't take long to figure out that wasn't going to work. Within the first 3 weeks of our store open, they shut those self checkouts down because they got looking back through and I watch people just walk up, walk through, and walk right out. I'm like, and they look at me like, what? I'm like, holy. Yeah, so our new Dollar General lost money for the first 3 weeks because a lot of people now you got a cashier, got to ring the bell. Well, basically, if you don't work for Walmart and you got to self check out yourself, I guess the product loss is kind of your pay for doing it. I guess your second one doesn't come on. Okay, well then I should be good. I'll have to wire it up, see how much air it is. 1,049 to 5,900 in 1 year. What was that, Joseph? I missed that. Oh yeah, yeah. I just seen somebody complaining on a video about. I don't remember where it was, but in a year, his it. I know you did, Sheila. Uh, it's healing. I did the old trick. If you guys do have a tree, this is an old trick I've done to several trees out here, and it's worked. It'd be interesting to see someday if somebody cuts them down and there's some funky colored trees out here. But if you ever get a tree that gets wounded, spray paint it immediately. It's like, I guess, like a first aid bandage for the tree. And I spray painted that, and where she hit the tree and broke the bark loose, it already kind of stiffened up in that. So, yep. See how see how long it takes. But yeah, it just lost my track. Yeah, self checkout. I mean, did have an interesting talk with a guy that he grew up in one town, been there all his life, moved away for 10 years, come back, and it got to the point where he had to move out of that town to another town. And he says, this town's so much different. He says, when you're moving snow or mowing, nobody's driving by saying blankety blank blank blank. I can't repeat what he said because, yeah, that's it's. And he was a big guy, but not that big. And he said they were so rude. And if you did something, it just, oh my God. He said, where he's living now, he's been there a year. He says, my car sat in the street, haven't been bitched at. That's about the only time this town will say anything is when the snow comes. He said, well, yeah. He said, they'll give you a few hours to get it out of the way, but yeah, otherwise they don't. He said, yeah, this town's so laid back compared to where he's lived in the last 50 years. I didn't know there was that much hate and rudeness going on, and just pretty bad when you got to relocate because you can't even go out in your own yard and do anything without having people driving by and yelling obscenities to you. Yeah. I think this 17-inch fan or 15-inch fan should be plenty. This is about the point I wish I had a metal brake or something so I could make a actual aluminum, get a sheet of aluminum, make a tight fitting air box around the radiator, and uh, know it's going to pull the air through. Well, our Dollar Tree here, that 2 towns over, that just opened up, they just did a full remodel. Uh, got axed. They shut her down. I don't remember how many stores they're closing for Dollar Tree, but they're closing a bunch of them. Yeah, you're right. That just Papers. Oh. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Camper just checked in. Just a second. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, well, for Camper, I guess send him some prayers, guys, because he just answered and it's moving faster than what he thought. So he's basically bedridden. He just told me, he said he'd explain later, but yep. Yeah, that's the problem. Yep. Camper. Oh, it's been a good week. It's been a good week. I mean, the 305's running. New engine stand's almost done. And I love the hell out of that V4 Meg drill. Oh, oh, that thing's nice. I know Camper's old house. He was saying they sold it for X, and then the people went in, did a bunch of work to it, and sold it. And they actually sold it for people that bought it. And sold it for 4 times what they paid for it. I was like, how did they do that? So another one, I wonder how he came out as JJ. We haven't seen JJ in here for a while, so hopefully he got his living situations figured out. So, yeah. But I will. Yeah, it ain't no landlord. That's a yeah. That's a yeah. friend of mine just figured out what they've paid in rent for a place that they've lived in. And for what they've paid for rent, they could have bought the house twice of what the guy wanted for it. That's why the rent game don't ever work. It just does not work. Oh, there it is. I think Sheila's apartment, if she didn't have her assistant, Sean, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, small kitchen, small living room area. Building's not in bad shape, but hers is running $700-800 a month. If she didn't have the assistance. Yeah, to rent an old house around here, it's starting to push between $700 and $1,100 a month around here. And then everybody's wondering why I'm fighting so hard to keep the house in town going or get back on this farm. Mom Bear finally gets to go see the doctor Tuesday. Hopefully get something figured out with her. Seen a funny meme video the other day. Basically, it was two aliens talking about how the whole world, the whole planet, is over 37 trillion or gazillion dollars in debt. And they're like, who are they in debt to? There's not enough paper on the planet to print all that money. So who are they? Who's owed this 37 trillion plus or whatever they said dollars? And that kind of got me thinking. Yeah, who need? Yeah, just we should do like in Monopoly when you get to the maxed out. Now, everybody won. Start all over and work it back up. I mean, just like thank the Google Earth and that. Look at how many thousands of brand new vehicles they have found sitting in these big old abandoned airports, football stadiums. All those brand new vehicles that never got sold. Oh, they got sold, but they sold you one of them when they should have gave you 3 or 4 of them at the same time because that's what you really paid for. I see the barter system coming back. High water. Eventually, it's going to have to go back to a barter system. And then I've seen a couple of reports where they said there's more houses sitting empty than there is homeless people in this country. Why do we even have homeless then? That's just... I'm kind of going down that rabbit hole a little bit. Yeah, it just... Yeah, it's way out of control. Way out of control. Years ago, when they started doing that, before COVID and all that, when they started doing that 0% financing, if you traded, blah, 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 all that crap, there's a dealer, and I kind of had a talk with him. And I said, "Oh, what are you guys going to do for the next 5 years?" "Oh, we're going to be selling cars." He says, "Oh, really? You think you're going to still be selling cars?" "Well, yeah." I said, well, this 0%'s great. I said, 0% financing. Okay, you know what you're doing, don't you? And he kind of looked at me like, what are you talking about? I said, you have now taken people that would have held onto their cars for 2 or 3 years before they wanted another one, have now just put them in a brand new car. So these cars that are 1 to 3 years old are now available for the middle class. The middle class is going to go and get rid of their vehicles that was pushing 5 to 10 years old or so. I said, now those are better cars than what the lower class are driving. So now the lower class are actually going to get into good vehicles. The middle class are getting into better. And the new cars are 0% financing for 5 years. Who's going to be buying new cars? And who's going, once everybody else cycles through, everybody else has got good cars to last. What are you going to be selling to? 3 weeks later, he sold his dealership. I was like, wow. He sold his dealership 3 weeks after I explained that to him. He got sold it, done, gone. And the guy that bought it, he lasted maybe 4 years, went under. 56. Mortgage was 40. I found electric bills from our old farmhouse. The farm electricity back in the day, for a month, used to be $1.23 a month. I look at how big these electric companies got from back then. I mean, they were breaking it in. You're on to something there, Joseph. There's going to be more of that too. Families are these barn dominiums or these shops with the grandparents or in-law suites or whatever are going to become a thing, because my daughter's even talking about that. She's starting to realize if built one here and we all move in, divide the bills 3 ways, basically be electricity, do have water, won't be any sewer out or garbage out here. So you'd have water and electricity to split 3 ways. And yeah, so yeah, the days of the kids growing up, moving out and getting out of the house, moving out on their own, they're gone. And then seeing some of these come back to 1985 things. What's it like in 85? And looking back to the 80s, yes, they were rough years. Well, we thought were rough back then, but boy, that would be living the life now if we were living like we were in 85. So kind of a strange rant here at the end of the show, but anyway. Yeah, and the problem is you sell it and you get nailed with capital gains. You really didn't get much more than what your parents paid for it. It just, yeah. Goes back to the old saying, money's the root of all evil, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. And my dad always looked back in time and he said he wished he would have bought the whole half section when he bought this place, but he only bought the quarter. The farming crisis in the 70s, yeah. I remember skipping school. I was out here. I was ready to break the auctioneer's neck. Needless to say, they did change it, but in the end, Dad's bank ended up screwing him out of the land anyway. Didn't have to, but because everything was covered. I wish my dad would have fought a little harder against the bank, but they made him sell it. So Anyway, everybody, I think I'm going to find something to eat. And I don't know. If it's really nice, I might even break the welder out and go outside and work on the trailer. It's been a long time since I've worked at night. Yeah, they can't, Sean. They can't be. They're just getting by. They're probably got credit card debt up the wazoo. And like I said, it's time to call Monopoly game over, reset, hit that big reset button and start all over. So I'll be careful. So, all right, everybody. We'll get some motors running and engine stands finished, and we'll try and get back to making some videos. Like I said, I'd show the initial start of the 305, but grandson's in it, so YouTube is not going to allow that. So, anyway, all right, everybody. You all stay safe, warm, enjoy the nice fall-like weather, and we'll catch you in the next one. So, take care, everyone. Have a good night. Have a great week. Oh, there it is. There.